All right, so like any great thing, there's got to be some sort of challenge with it.
Can't have all positive,
And it's reality. Life is not all like cupcakes and rainbows. There's got to be some sort of challenge. That's what makes our minds grow.
So one of the things that accompanies that challenge would be the amount of preparation and time, especially the learning curve when you're first starting out creating Hyperdocs and using them. But if you want to be thoughtful with your lessons and thoughtful with your assessment, we know that all great things take time.
It's true. And you want to know what? It's kind of cool. You have this great template, you push it out to your kids, and then you realize after you teach one lesson, like, oh, I want to tweak this. That is a challenge. You cannot edit your template once it's been pushed out, but you can push it out for various classes after you make changes, and it would just be, that one.
And to add on to that, when we say push out the template, we are talking about making this an assignment through Google Classroom and then making it so students can have a copy of it. It was brought to our awareness that, is that the phrase I want to use?
Yeah. Our attention.
Brought to our attention or awareness, why not? You got to mix it up every now and then. That not everyone pushes out documents through Google Classroom, especially in our middle school math department. So for those individuals, they may not have this issue, but we're speaking and thinking strictly along the lines of make a copy in Google Classroom.
Yeah, and once you start using your Hyperdoc and creating it, you're going to be like a pro with the hyperlinks. However, if this is your first time with your kids, you actually need to remind them to click on the links. My very first Hyperdoc, I was all gung-ho and sent it out, went over the thing with the kids, and I forgot to say, like, hey, you need to click on the links. And they were like, where do we get this? And I'm like, oh, because they're not always familiar with it. So just be aware. It's just one reminder, then it's good. But I want to throw that out there.
Yeah. Also, we all work with students who, and we are this way as well, too many choices leads to confusion. I know personally, when I'm going out to eat at a restaurant, if the menu is 5 pages long, Cheesecake Factory, then I am way too overwhelmed. So we don't want to overwhelm our students. We want them to feel successful. We want them to have agency with their learning. So we want to just kind of be very aware of not providing too many choices.
Well, and to be quite honest, if you have 6 different ways they're reflecting, that means you have to go to 6 different places to find all the reflections. Make it easy for everyone. Provide choice, but don't go crazy.
Which leads us into being thoughtful with the assessment. How are you assessing students in a way that will best help them demonstrate their learning, and you can best assess yourself?
Right. This right here, so we presented on Hyperdocs last March to the Merton Williams staff. They were amazing. And at the conclusion of our presentation, we had them go on to Padlet and write down some of the challenges or their concerns. We did include this hyperlink in here, and it's this document here. So the things that you see on the left of this chart, we categorized in the various categories. These are the things, sorry, just let me go on this.
It's end of the day.
End of the day. These are the things that our staff had talked about. So there was a lot of concerns about the time it takes, finding materials, some assessment, organization, and obviously some other things. And what's typed in red is our response. Now, Megan and I are not experts with Hyperdocs. We really are we trial it a lot and we just put ourselves out there, but by no means are we experts. But here's the kind of response we had to those challenges that our staff were facing. We're asking about.
So I am sure that you will have similar concerns. So take some time to peruse our responses and other teachers' concerns. And, we will also provide a place for you to post your concerns as well. And we can try to address them.
Yeah. And again, finding that partner that you can kind of work with or somebody that you can bounce ideas off is invaluable. If you're in the same department, talk about it and say, I want to try this. Do you want to try it with me? And kind of go from there. It really does help make this and streamline this whole process a lot easier. And it's a lot more fun when you do it with somebody else.
It's wonderful.
It's just the best. So those are some of the challenging aspects of Hyperdocs. If you have any questions, talk to us. Bye.